Hello and happy Friday, everyone. Welcome. I am Meredith. I am here with our message for the 9th of May, 2025. We are using Wonderland in Oz Tarot for our message today. We have the Sun in Taurus, the Moon is in Libra, Pluto is retrograde, and we're building onto a full moon in Scorpio on Monday. So get prepared for your full moon activities. All right, let's take a look at what the cards have to offer about the energy atmosphere today. First set of two. We have the Two of Swords paired with the Ten of Swords. Ooh. You know, as I look at these two together, what a pair, right? Because you know the Two of Swords is about going within and listening to one's own intuition, listen to your inner awareness, pay attention to your inner knowing, and do that like a master. Because the Ten of Swords is all about our self-mastery. And I have the sense here, you know, especially based on recent readings, I have the sense that there's been something for each of us in our own unique ways, something that does not pass the sniff test. And our intuition has let us know that that's so. And I also feel, you know, we're dealing with the Cheshire Cat here on this card. And behind that grin is a whole lot of information that you may not have been made aware of directly, though your intuition is letting you know there's more. Take nothing at face value. When it comes to whatever situation, again, unique to you, that isn't passing the sniff test, and trust that your self-mastery is going to guide you, lead you with your intuition. The other thing is here, I'm sensing vague, murky, unknown. Now, we can make a lot out of that with our ego if we let it. I feel, though, that these cards are pointing us, as always, to our intuition. Certainly that message shows up on repeat, which is wonderful because it's great encouragement. Though I sense we need a reminder because we may have filled in some blanks somewhere due to the murky nature of what you're witnessing here on this Two of Swords. This artwork lends itself to a veil, a shield, a shroud of something that is being kept from you. You know, the Cheshire Cat does not reveal all, right? And it's a bit of a tricky character in this story. Anyway, intuition is going to lead you with your self-mastery to what you most require. So lean into that energy like a champ. All right, next set of two cards. We have the Lovers. You know, this is a card about a harmonization. You know, it's 6 out of the major arcana. We had a bunch of 6s yesterday. So harmony is still afoot here. And I have the feeling that we are harmonizing whatever we are in discovery for and about intuitively on these first two cards, which is going to lead us to a choice made in our heart center, our heart-mind coherence, in a very harmonized way. So decisions to be made. Oh, looky there. And it's paired with the Seven of Cups, the card that's all about being spoiled for choice, or can indicate having a challenge, making a choice. So give yourself some relief here, because all sevens in tarot are about heaven touching earth. And when it comes to this Two of Cups Cheshire Cat character, combined with the Ten of Swords, which at first blush often looks like a very intimidating card, because in traditional tarot you see a character pinned to the ground with 10 swords, it's an up-leveling of information. It's an up-leveling of content and spiritual journey experience. So it may feel murky, disharmonic, and uncomfortable That's the ego, though. That's the ego getting involved. And now we want to embrace that lovingly, acknowledge it, and move on deeper into our intuition, because whatever this is a significant choice and a significant harmonization in your spiritual journey. Let's see what's next. Excellent. Queen of Wands. You gotta love her. She's the fire queen, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and she's a no BS queen. She is so self-sovereign that it is impressive. So show up in your fire for whatever this is. Show up in your intuitive fire for whatever it is you are experiencing, working through, discovering, where your curiosity is leading you in terms of making a choice and a decision for yourself. Then you have, wow, look at that, another 10. It's the 10 of Wands, because the universe is pointing out to you that you have the Ace of Wands to the power of 10. You have the Ace of Swords to the power of 10. This is brilliant clarity, everlasting strength to the 10th power. And then you have passion, fire, creativity, ambition, motivation, enthusiasm to the power of 10 in your wands over here. So let me give a moment's notice to both of these 10s in tarot are considered two of the four 10s, with these two being the most challenging of the 4 10s. So it all depends on how you decide to look at this. I highly recommend you take the advice to see with your all-seeing eye, your intuition, and follow through with that and show up like this fiery, no BS, lovely, wonderful as the day is long queen. She's got a sunny disposition. She's a beautiful divine feminine energy. We have the opportunity to receive passion, fire, creativity, all the goodness out of the suit of wands, and boy do we have plenty on offer to us. Now, do recall that we've seen the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Wands this week. I think the 9 of Swords on repeat this week. So we are seriously up-leveling a situation in our life where our ego has been treading on our soulful presence. And in that, we're discovering a whole lot of clarity. And within that clarity, we are being empowered through the energy of the wands, and specifically in the divine feminine. So part of the discovery realization here is to be receptive to whatever the intuitive information is, and then allow for all of our unique skill, talent, and resource to reveal itself, to show us a way that is reasonable and fulfilling. Next we have 2 of Cups. So we start with a 2, we finish with a 2 in the main body of the reading. Now the 2 of Cups is all about showing up in the way you desire to be met. I was having a discussion with someone yesterday, and we were talking about how, life is kind of a simulation. It's almost like a video game. What kind of character do you want to be? Do you want to take a back seat? Well, heck no, you don't. You want to be the leader of your spiritual journey, right out there in front, like this beautiful queen with all this amazing resource and ability. So in the 2 of Cups, we're showing up in the way we desire to be met. My guides are talking. They're like, yeah, this over here feels a little bit uncomfortable. That lovely ego just wants to have its way. Allow it. Just allow it to be present. Don't fight it. Don't resist it. Acknowledge it. And that's likely all you'll need to do is acknowledge it lovingly, so that you can peel back any veil, shroud, whatever that I picked up over here on this 2. You will dissolve all of that by showing up authentically. Bottom of the deck, how is the universe helping us out behind the scenes? The Chariot. Very swift moving energy there. Number 7 out of the major arcana. Consecutive cards there out of the major arcana as well. A 6 and a 7. So there's progression here. And the Chariot is all about dynamic movement forward. Again, remember that it is a 7. Heaven touches earth here. So my sense of this is, with 2 7s in the reading, with the 7 of Cups and the Chariot, we're going to move through whatever murky energies we're picking up on here, or wallowing in rather, on that Two of Swords. And we're going to do something about it today, or soon, whatever the clock is for you. We're going to do something about it. We're taking an action, and it's going to be a super positive one for us. And I have the sense that it's going to bring a peace and a quiet to something that may have been somewhat disturbing for you. And then we have Three of Pentacles. Lovely. Card of collaboration. And it's all about building something that stands the test of time. You want to gaze at the Ten of Pentacles when you see this three, because the 10 is what you're working for, or working toward, journeying toward, celebrating in the now, is a legacy of happiness. That's, again, a choice, which is on the table, and that's all up to you. Then you have the Five of Pentacles, the non-conformity card. I like seeing this here because this is us bucking the system, something we talked about in yesterday's reading. The Five of Pentacles is a card where you see traditionally a couple of people looking a little worse for wear right in front of a sanctuary, but that sanctuary comes at a cost. And I feel like the sanctuary here is the story that the ego attempts to tell, and the way we allow that or succumb to that. What's the cost here? I'm hearing from my guides, tell yourself the truth. Whoa. Wow, so perhaps there are details here that you have not wanted to look at, or you were not ready to look at, and choices you were not ready to make. And I feel like it's upon us all in the now. And we're being asked to blaze our own trail here, Queen of Wands, in the Five of Pentacles. The sanctuary of the ego is no sanctuary at all. It's great in a life-threatening situation. That's when you want to trust your survival skills. Is very much what the ego is attached to, though not in your spiritual journey. So be ready to blaze your own trail and do something wildly, wonderfully different. And we've been talking about that for a while. Whoa, there it is. There's the Tower card, change. And you know, the Tower happens to be a cringe card in tarot because it's sudden, it's shocking, and the feeling I have here is that this Tower may be what it takes to motivate you to look at the whole picture and see where you've pulled down a shade, or where you have shielded yourself from something because you just didn't want to see it in its authenticity. Whoa. Boy, the cards are putting the screws to us today, I feel. And then Page of Pentacles, because we're being encouraged to go deeper into our soulful presence. And what I find mildly comical about that is almost everyone desires to make a change in some way, right? And then when change is upon them, they start to back away from it. We all do it. And it's kind of like developmental theory. But once you've made the decision to go in a certain direction, there's no stepping back into something more comfortable that's actually an illusion anyway, right? So you've asked for change, you've probably prayed for change, and change is here. And the choice to be made, I feel, is leveraged on this Five of Pentacles, because we've got the we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Lovers on the table. We have a choice. Are we going to allow our ego to leverage us into comfort that does not promote growth? And when I say it like that, it sounds really easy. Well, hell no, we're not going to do that, right? But the actual doing of it is where things become wildly uncomfortable, and then we seek shelter in sanctuary. So this is what's being challenged, and I feel like this is what the Tower is stirring up. And the only navigation we have through this experience is our intuition. So lean into your heart-mind coherence and lean into your intuition. Listen to those whispers, because they are profound, and I feel that they are leading each and every one of us to an amazing fulfillment. So on the bottom of the deck, I would stop here normally. I'm just looking because we got Two of Wands, which is stepping across a threshold to a new world of opportunity. Three of Swords isn't too far behind that either, and this is a card that's been kicking around this week. So pain, loss, and sorrow of the past set some scenario in motion that we have been protecting ourselves around with our ego. And now we're in a season of peeling back those layers and being raw and authentic and wild and free and liberated. And sometimes becoming wild, free, and liberated is grossly uncomfortable. Though, now that we've dipped our toe in those waters, there's no going back. So forge ahead with strength and a no BS disposition for your ego, while simultaneously being loving and supportive to your own self. You can do it. We can do it. We ask for it. We're here for it. Angel answers. How is our soulful presence informing our waking consciousness? No, that's my final card. Wow. That's usually angels and ancestors, but let's see. Since I'm saying it now, so within the next few weeks, the situation will improve. So whatever clock is on this for you, don't necessarily nail that down to a calendar or a time. This is an energy that will be with us for a few weeks so that we can navigate our way through it. And every step along the way will have us improving. I like this. You're ready for this. Gosh, and here's that recovery card again. I feel like we're waking up. We're coming out of a chrysalis. The chrysalis itself was the recovery. So whatever Three of Swords situation put you in a chrysalis, you are emerging from that. And you're emerging recovered from the pain, loss, and sorrow of the past. And while things may be a little uncomfortable in the now, there's so much more and better on the other side of this, whatever this situation is for you. And it may be more than one. And it may be very complex as well. Self-relationship experiences usually are quite complex. Communicate clearly, no verbal clutter. And then emphatic success coming with that. This is making me ask myself a question. Do I speak with verbal clutter when it comes to situations within my own heart-mind coherence? Am I being as raw, authentic in my self-dialogue as I could be? And am I expressing myself authentically with anyone I might share details with? Or am I trying to polish that up? Are you doing the same? Are you doing that through your ego? Ask yourself that question. So more soulful presence awareness here from angels and ancestors. What do we have? Ooh, that's way too many. That's half the deck. Okay. Oh, look, this one's back. Winter. Take care of your needs. Yeah, that's solidly on you. Look to no one but yourself for taking care of yourself, your needs, your requirements. I feel like there's another one in this deck. Yep, falling out. Guardian angel, you are not alone. No, your guides, angels, and ancestors are with you. Have a beautiful weekend, everyone. Again, prepare for that wonderful full moon coming up on Monday in Scorpio. Have a great weekend. Peace, love, joy, happiness. Namaste. Leave some comments. What are you up to? What are you working out here? What's the journey? Share it with the class. Have a great weekend.